back, y'all. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back to another episode of GQTV, y'all. And I am your host, your boy, yours truly, the one and only. Your girlfriend's favorite YouTuber himself is back in the flesh, y'all. I am GQ Jamal. And this is where we review, pay homage, and just talk about shows and movies from both past and present. And if you like good nostalgia, if you're a nostalgic head, just like me, this is the show for y'all. This is the show for y'all. And I'm just bringing it to you live, raw, and uncut for y'all, boy. Yeah, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Like in every video I put out to y'all, dish to y'all, present to y'all, the whole 9 yards, I have to say, thank you. Thank you again for tuning in by watching this video. I really appreciate it a lot. Yo, make sure y'all go subscribe to my YouTube channel right now. That's GQ Jamal. Hit that notification bell. Check out all of my work. Check out all of my reviews. Check out all of my skits. Everything from me, all of my random videos, go check it out. Subscribe to that channel. Go like my videos, drop some comments, show some love. I really appreciate it if you do. I hope everyone's doing well with themselves. It's been a while since I dropped a review. It's been a while. I hope everyone's doing well with themselves. It's October. Fall has finally arrived. It's starting to get a lot chillier, colder outside. It's starting to get a lot colder. I have my sweatsuit outfit on. That means it's starting to get cold as a out there. like real talk. It's starting to get cold out there. But I hope everyone's doing well with themselves. I hope everyone's taking care of themselves, just being safe out there. You know, Halloween season is around the corner. Definitely be safe. Definitely be safe. Just surround yourself by good people and good energy and good vibes. I hope everyone's just taking care of themselves. Now, in today's episode, like I said in the beginning, you know, Halloween is right around the corner. Halloween is right around the corner. I thought it would be a good idea to just talk about one of my favorite Halloween specials from a sitcom, from a TV sitcom. I talk about this episode in past videos, like I briefly talked about this episode in like past videos, but I thought it would be a good idea to just talk about one of my favorite Halloween specials. This comes from The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. The episode is called Someday Your Prince Will Be in Effect. Now, this is one of my favorite Halloween episodes as a kid. Still to this day, I really enjoy this episode. This is from season 1. This is from season 1, episode 8. It's a 2-part episode. We're 8 episodes into the series from The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. As a kid, I really enjoyed this episode as a kid. This was like one of my favorite episodes from season 1. And it's probably one of my like favorite episodes from the series period. Yeah, I really enjoyed this episode. There's a lot of guest appearances. This is one of the better episodes from season 1. Like I said on past videos, I really don't go into season 1 a lot from The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. I thought the first half of The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air was amazing. Iconic. One of my favorite moments from the show, one of my like favorite parts from the show was the outro. I really enjoyed the outro to this episode. Like the beat was crazy. I'll sit back, go on YouTube, find that beat. They need to release some of these unreleased songs on streaming service from my sitcom. That beat needs to be on Spotify or Apple Music. But yeah, Someday Your Prince Will Be in Effect. 2-part episode. This is the very first 2-part episode for The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. I think great storyline. This episode reminded me of Cinderella. If you know about Cinderella, then you're probably like familiar of this storyline. But yeah, let's dive into this episode. Let's dive into this Halloween episode. Someday your prince will be in effect. Let's get it. So the Banks family, they're planning to throw a Halloween party. Halloween is right around the corner. They're getting ready. They're about to head to the mall. So keep in mind, this is the part one. We're talking about part one to this episode. So Will and Carlton, they don't have dates to the Halloween party. They don't have dates for the Halloween party. So the Banks, they're about to head to the mall. Will and Carlton, they make a bet with each other to see who can find a date first to the dance. Now they head to the mall. And Will and Carlton, they go out looking for girls. The family, they head their separate ways. Uncle Phil goes to this like hardware store. He just window shopping. He's just finding stuff. He's just looking around. And one of the cashiers, he talks to one of the cashiers, and Uncle Phil tells like the story of how his nephew comes to Bel Air. Like the past few weeks, Will was giving the family hell. So pretty much this episode was like a huge clip show. This pretty much part one was just a clip show fest. Now, Aunt Viv is at the CD store. She's over here singing. She's singing Tina Turner hits. Ashley and Hillary, they go shopping. And Ashley accidentally shoplifts because of Hillary. So they invite the security guard to their Halloween party. Meanwhile, Will and Carlton, they're having no luck finding girls at the mall. Every girl that they run into turns them down. And one of my favorite parts from part one was when Will hopped on stage and was dancing on stage trying to press this girl. This girl was like peeping this fake Boys the Men, fake Jodeci, fake New Edition, Bell Beb, Bavor, whatever the hell their name is. So this girl was like peeping this band. They were like dancing on stage, and Will was like trying to get this girl's attention. And Will was like, "Oh, you like guys who dance?" And the girl was like, "Yeah, that's one thing that turns me on." And Will said, "Oh, really?" So Will hops on stage, and to me, I thought Will was killing it. He was like hopping on stage, and he was like breaking it down. He was like, I thought he was killing it, and everybody was booing him. The crowd was booing him, and Will was the crowd was like throwing stuff at Will. Man, I thought Will was killing it. We get to the end of the episode of part one. Will and Carlton, they meet like a waitress. Her name was Cindy. And I don't think they found her attractive, but we'll get into that here in just a minute. So now we get to the end of the episode of part one. So Will and Carlton, they're at like opposite ends of each other. They're like opposite sides of each other. They're like at the opposite sides of the mall, but they noticed this attractive looking girl named Melinda. So Carlton at one side, Carlton is like running. He's like running to Melinda. Then the other side, Will is like doing cartwheels and backflips and jumping over this old lady. And at the background, you can hear the song, Will's song, Girls Are Nothing But Trouble. So now Will and Carlton they meet and Melinda's at the middle. So Will's at one side and Carlton is at another side. So part two, uh Will and Carlton, they're like fighting over Melinda. They're fighting over Melinda. And Melinda was like, guys, like, calm down, like, calm down. Like, you won't have to, like, win me over. Like, you won't have to win me over. So Will and Carlton, they, like, tell stories of like, what happened, like, earlier in the season. Like, early in the season, like, they tell the story of how they got arrested. Carlton makes up this fake story of how Will and this one girl he took out, they were like walking down the street and these three like muggers, the like oversized like built muggers, the robbers was like, yo, give me your money or your girlfriend. And Will was like, oh, that's easy. Like, oh, that's easy. Like, here you go. So Will pushes the girl against the robbers and now Carlton comes out of nowhere. He comes around the corner. He's like walking in this alley and he pretends like he dresses like he's Michael Jackson, like Michael Jackson in the Bad video. So he's like wearing this hat, wearing these like fancy clothes, and he starts like breakdancing and doing these moonwalk. Like he like does his moonwalk and does his like kickflip and he like beats up the robbers and takes Will's girl. Will makes up a story too. So Will's flashback story, he knows all these celebrities, all these famous celebrities. He's like chilling at the crib and Quincy Jones comes up to the crib and he needs help trying to write a song. And so Will calls all these celebrities. He calls Albie Shore, he calls Bo Jackson, he calls Heavy D. Then Malcolm Jamal Warner calls Will. He said, hey man, like I need help with this part. And then Albie Shore comes to the house and they're like, hey man, like different worlds coming on. Then Will hollers out Kadeem Hardison, and Kadeem Hardison comes to the house. So all these like big name celebrities are at the Banks' house. So that was Will's like a make believe story. Now it's decision time. Melinda has to choose between Will and Carlton, and Melinda chooses Carlton. So now Will is down on his luck. Will is down on his luck, and he's like chilling at the restaurant, and he talks to Cindy, and Cindy was like, why so down? Like, why so bum chum or something like that. So Will invites Cindy to the Halloween party. So Cindy is Will's date. So now we're at the party. Will is dressed as Superfly. Carlton is dressed as the vampire. Aunt Viv is like Tina Turner. Uncle Phil is dressed as himself. He's comfortable, man. So yeah, everyone's having a good time. And Carlton's date, Melinda ends up being she turns out to be a con artist. So she tries to steal something from the Banks house and she ends up getting arrested. Now Cindy arrives kind of like Cinderella styles. So Will doesn't know how attractive Cindy is. So Cindy is attractive in this episode, and those two, they start to like dance, and Cindy has to go, and she left her like her silver glass shoe. Then she comes back, gets her shoe, and gives Will her number. So that pretty much is the end of the episode. The episode ends off. Will tells ghost stories to the trick-or-treaters. So yeah. So that was part two. of Someday Your Prince Will Be in Effect. Yeah, so that was the episode of Someday Your Prince Will Be in Effect. Before I talk more about this episode, make sure y'all go subscribe to my YouTube channel right now. That is GQ Jamal. Hit that notification bell. Check out all of my work. Check out everything from me. I reviewed The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Go check out my reviews, my season by season reviews. Go check it out. Drop some comments, show some love. I really appreciate it if you do. Now, this episode aired on October 29th. This episode aired on October 29th, 1990. This episode aired around Halloween. And like I said, this is one of my favorite Halloween specials of all time. This is like one of my favorite episodes. Between this and Martin, season 1 Halloween special, those two are my favorite like Halloween specials when it comes to Halloween. I'll go back and watch both of them. But what can I say about this episode? This episode is like one of the first few episodes I remember watching as a kid. I really enjoyed this episode. This episode had me dying. I was watching this episode with my youngin. The other day, I was watching this episode with my son, and this episode still holds. I like how they try to do a Cinderella like theme kind of, but in their own twist, and they're paying homage, but they're still keeping up with the times from back in like 1990. My favorite part was when Will was dancing on stage, and when Carlton and Will was like running at opposite ends of the mall, trying to grab Melinda, trying to talk to Melinda. One of my favorite moments was the outro music to this episode. Like, they need to put that on streaming service. The only gripe about this episode that I have about this episode was they try to make this episode a clip show. Like we're 8 episodes in. I feel like they don't need to like put half of this episode with filler clips from earlier episodes, but they could have had more. They could have had more storyline to this episode, but this episode's still great. I'll still go watch this episode. Like I said, I really don't go into season 1, but this is one of my favorite episodes from the first season. And this episode is just memorable. I love how they had so many like special guest appearance, like special guest celebrities in this episode. So that's Someday Your Prince Will Be in Effect. If you remember this episode, drop a comment. Tell me what was your favorite part of this episode. What was your favorite memories? If you like it, if you hate it, drop a comment. Let's get it. Yeah, man, if you made it far through this video, I just want to say thank you. Thank you again for tuning in by watching this video. I really appreciate it a lot. Yo, make sure y'all go subscribe to my YouTube channel right now. That's GQ Jamal. Hit that notification bell. Check out all of my work. Check out all of my content. Drop some comments. Show some love. I really appreciate it a lot. Yo, make sure y'all go check out the Retro Brothers podcast on Spotify and YouTube with my main co-host, Richman Z. Check out all of our episodes. Check out all of our episodes on YouTube and Spotify. Y'all go check out his content. Y'all go follow your boy, Richman Z. Yeah, more content is coming from me in the future. I appreciate everyone who watches my videos. I appreciate everyone. I love all y'all. If you have any like shows, cartoons, movies you would like me, GQ Jamal, to review in future episodes, drop a comment. A closed mouth do not get fed if you do not comment. Drop some comments. It's that simple. It's that easy. Yo, I'm about to end this video. I'm about to hop off. I appreciate everyone who watches this video, watches my video. Until next time, everyone, this is GQTV, and I am your host, yours truly, the one and only, your girlfriend's favorite YouTuber himself. I am the man, GQ Jamal. Until next time, everyone, peace.
Sweat. Go crazy on them. I see why they hating on ya. Go crazy on them. I wanna put a